Hey y'all. Okay, so I want to tell my story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody suffers, everybody goes through shit, and then sometimes we just sit back and suffer in silence. But I feel like if you share what's been going on with you, you can help the next person. That's what I want to do. I want to help the next person. And I want to start off by telling y'all about my relationship with the elf on the shelf. Yeah, that little bitch right there. Him. It started off cool. It always start off with some honeymoon type shit. You always happy and everything, and then it goes from like sugar to shit real quick. Real quick. The elf, our relationship started off great. My youngest son heard about him from his teacher at school. She had one in the classroom. He was about in the first grade. He comes home, he tells me about it. I had heard about him, but I didn't really think too much of it. But then after he was all excited, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna go get an elf on the shelf. And I went and did that. I got an elf on the shelf. Got a little black one. It's adorable, little boy. Brought him home. We went through the steps of naming him. His name is Tiny Elfie. Yeah, I know we weren't really overly creative with the name. Desmond thought of it. He's very logistic. He's very simplistic and just straight to the point. So he's like, fuck it. This nigga's tiny. He's a fucking elf. Tiny Elfie. I didn't argue with it because it's the kid's choice. So boom, we get Tiny Elfie. He came with a little book and shit. So we learned what we had. We know what we got to do. You can't touch him. Yada, yada, yada. Starts off fun. This shit starts off kind of fun. The little elf is bringing them little toys before Christmas. Not toys, but like small gifts and little shit like that before Christmas actually kicks in. He's bringing candy. He's bringing little stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's getting into shit. It's fun. It's fun. That was year one. Year two, it's still kind of fun. It's still fun. He came out a little earlier because the first year I think I got him during the Christmas season, probably in December sometime. The next year I bring this motherfucker out the day after Thanksgiving. What I did that for, I don't have the slightest idea, because the sooner you bring him out, the more days you have to be creative. And the more days that you are creative, you are losing creativity, if that makes sense. You're losing ideas. I was on Pinterest. I was every fucking where. I'm buying kits to help do these little stunts and tricks. So I'm spending money on top of the money I already spent to get him. Not to mention I had to buy him clothes because he ain't had no feet. I didn't like that he ain't had no feet. They legs just go straight down. I was like, nigga, where are your fucking toes? So I had to buy him some boots to give him the illusion that he had feet, because that just didn't sit well with me. So I had to buy him clothes. He had a little scarf, had some boots. You can buy bomber jackets. You can buy these motherfuckers all kind of shit. If you got a girl, they got little different dresses and shit. You can buy them. So more money that you're going to spend. So the first year, like I said, cool. Second year, now it's becoming more work, because you got to put more effort into it. The first year, everything is new. Everything you do is new. And there's so many ideas. But it don't take long to run through those ideas, especially when you got 20 something days to do it. Nah, next year I got 30 something. I got 30 days or so to go through it. And I'm like, what the fuck? It became such work. Do you know how many times I woke up out of my sleep in the middle of the night, just knocked out? Fuck, I gotta move the elf. And I'm tiptoeing through my house like some goddamn cat burglar, so I don't wake nobody up. And you got to move the elf around. I live in a regular size house. I live in a ranch style house. It's a regular ass fucking house. Okay, it's not no shoebox, but bitch, it ain't got no east and west fucking wing. I ran out of places to hide him, like probably the first year, or maybe even going into the second year. Like the creativity was where the fuck do I put him that he hasn't been anywhere? My basement is finished, so I could hide him like down there, and he could hide in the bathroom and hide here. But I don't think anybody really liked when I was hiding him in the fucking bathroom, because I mean, this motherfucker's in there watching you while you piss. There's one lost his bathroom for a whole fucking day one year because I used his sink to put like fucking goldfish crackers in that bitch like he was fishing. So you can't use the bathroom if you can't wash your hands, because we not them kind of people. So he couldn't even use his bathroom for a whole day, but he was a good sport about it. The elf, he brings gifts. It got to the point where it went from being fun to being a fucking job. And it was a job that I gave myself. And it was a job that didn't pay. It cost. So I don't know. Anybody want to go out there and get that elf on the shelf? I say for the kids, they will enjoy it. They will have a good time. But just know what you are getting yourself into. Just know. But the kids, your kids gonna love that shit, man. And I feel like that's the only thing that kept me going. That was the only thing that kept me going. But that is one thing about Christmas that I do not miss. I do not miss having to move this motherfucker around every day. He just sitting in the tree now. Don't talk about my tree. I gotta get a star light. My lights never worked the next year. Nothing. It seems, well, I take that back. Some of them did. Hold on. and knock on some wood in case some shit try to go off when I go to plug it in tonight. But yeah, I don't know. The star, like, that motherfucker don't never stay lit up. And I don't know how to switch out bulbs and make that bitch come back to life. So I just throw it away. Maybe I'll move that elf up a little higher. He can sit on that bitch, stare at us from there. Anyway, yeah. So if you're getting that kids, that elf on the shelf, just be ready. Okay, it's not all fun and games. It's a lot of responsibility. Okay, it's what they tell you before you had kids. It's not all fun and games. You don't just get to play with it. It's a lot of responsibility. Take my word for it, because I've almost turned bitter. I have to remember the good times we had, because I'd be so dead set on years of that shit. The first year was the funnest, and then from there, that's it. That's it. It's just a downward slope. You start off high. You ain't even got to work up to it. You start here, and every year after that is just downward. So, yeah, prepare yourself. But your kids gonna love it. So, yay. Do it for the kids.